Hello guys, this is Sandra here, and today I thought while I say hello to you I will have some makeup on my face, which doesn't happen most of the time, so you know, it makes for a nice change. And as you will see from the title, today I thought it will be a get ready with me video, but this will be slightly different from my other ones. It's more of a shop your stash or shop my stash kind of style, just because we're all home and none of us will be really focusing on buying loads of makeup, even though, can we just talk about how everyone is doing discounts at the moment, and it's really hard not to get sucked in. And I'm pretty sure at some point I will buy a few bits just because, I don't know, it's me. But for now I thought I can do a few videos where it's a shop my stash kind of style. God help me. So what this means is that I will go through my makeup collection and pick out a few bits that I want to use that day. And I know a lot of people have like an everyday makeup drawer where they, you know, put a shop my stash style collection where they go through their collection, pick up a few products and they use it for that month. But for me, one, we're at home, so it doesn't really make sense, and two, I have quite a few project pen items that I have in my drawer next to me that I usually use on an everyday basis. So for me that doesn't make sense. But if I do it video by video, and then, you know, I can pull out what I have, I don't know, whatever I feel like I want to do that day. And today it was a quite fresh, fairly natural makeup, nothing over the top as you can see. But yeah, I just thought that can be quite a nice idea, and you know, hopefully it inspires you to go through your collection as well. Just use some bits that you want to use if you have a fairly bigger collection as well. Just so every once in a while you don't focus on project pen items if you are project penning, or you know, it just helps you rotate through your collection and maybe reach for bits that you haven't reached for a while. For me, that definitely happened with a few items that I haven't used even in months. So I feel like this is a good excuse, and again, because I do it on a daily basis whenever I'm just filming this video, it means that I don't have to be afraid that I will use it once and then never again, because I just go for the products that I want to use for now, and that's good enough. So how many other videos like this I'm gonna do, I'm not too sure. Probably quite a few, depends as well, I guess, how long we're gonna stay at home. But I think that's it for now, so I'm gonna go. We will hop into the video and I will see you at the end, or just in a second when I will have a naked face. Let's go. Okay, as always we're gonna start with the eyes, and I'm gonna use the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, and this is the shade Sin. And I just decided to use this because I haven't really reached for in a while, and today's look is gonna be nice and shimmery anyway. So this will give us a really nice glow base, and I'm just going to take my finger and smooth it onto the eyelids, and I hope it's still okay. It smells alright. I haven't used it in a really long time though, so I guess we'll see if it will hold my eyeshadow in place or not. And this could be quite nice even just by itself if you didn't want to wear anything else. Or just a bit of bronzer in the crease and then that on the lid. Or it could be quite nice if you want to cut your crease for a shimmery shade. As a next choice, I went for my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette. And I chose this because I feel like I don't get enough use out of it. So first I'm gonna go into the Enhance shade, which is just this really lovely light pinky brown. And I'm gonna apply it in my crease. To do this, I'm using a Blank & Cosmetics E42 brush. And then I'm gonna use the shade Smoke in the outer corner. And then lightly blend it in the crease as well. And I'm just going to take a clean brush, this is the Sigma E40, and just lightly blend the edges over to make sure it's nice and soft. And you can just keep repeating this until you're happy with how it looks. Just gonna blend it a little bit more and apply a little bit more of the smoke shade just on the outer corner. Then I'm gonna reach for my Sigma E25 and I'm gonna dip it in the shade Prime, which I will apply on my inner portion of the lid, just lightly, sort of just to set that base. And then I'm gonna use my finger for the pop shade, and I can press it on my lid. And then go back in with the brush that we used before for the crease, and I will use a little bit more of my enhanced shade as well. There we go. I'll do the same on the other eye. As my base, I chose the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Primer and the Catrice Liquid HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, just because I used this combination yesterday and it worked so incredibly well together. Now by itself this primer is okay. It's not, I don't know, I don't feel like it's that magical, and I only have a teeny tiny sample of it at the moment, so I don't think this will be something I would purchase. But for some reason it worked so well with this foundation. It just applied so nicely on top of it yesterday. I think it's because the foundation by itself is a bit more matte, and obviously this is a glowy primer, so I don't know, they just worked wonderfully together. And I'm gonna blend it into my skin just with my foundation brush, and then I'm gonna apply a few drops of foundation on top of it. And typically I apply about a drop and a half of the foundation on the back of my hand. It's quite runny, like so, and then I take it with the brush from there and sort of distribute it on my face and then blend it in. And I'm almost out of frame, so I'm gonna have to adjust my chair in a minute. It's a really nice medium coverage. I just bring it down my neck because it's a tad darker than my skin. I know it's hard to believe, but trust me, it is. To conceal, again, I'm going to reach for Catrice, and this is the One Drop Coverage Weightless Concealer. And I haven't really used this in quite a long time now, so I just wanted to break it out just to, you know, get some usage out of it. And just the same as with the foundation, I drop it on the back of my hand and then I take a brush to apply it under my eye, and I applied way too much, so I'm gonna take my dry, tart, teeny tiny blender that I actually love for around my eyes, and I'm gonna blend it in, take a tiny bit more. And then tap it in with my finger. The difference it makes. Check that out. Okay. Once I concealed both of my eyes, I'm gonna go in the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand, and I just decided to use this to give a bit of a, you know, structure to my face. And I usually like to put it under my cheekbones, and oh, that's a lot more on one side, goody, and a tiny bit under my lips, a little bit on my forehead and my jawline. And I wonder if I applied way too much because I pressed out too much product, but we'll figure it out in a second. So I'm gonna take my foundation brush and just tap it into the skin. And on the top I don't mind using a bit more pulling motions blend it into the hairline. Oh, I brought that way too much down. It's okay, I'm going to take my little brush. I'm going to use my finger under my lip just so it's a bit more full looking. And then on my jawline I just use pulling down motions. Like so. Okay, just go around it with this tiny beauty blender. I'm also going to reach for my Topshop Glow, and I haven't used this in a really long time, so I thought I will just get some good use out of it if I can make it work. I feel like it's a bit hard sometimes without moving the base under it, but it gives a nice natural glow. Just have to make sure not to use too much and be gentle with it. I mean, if they make it, it's in a completely different packaging now. Mine is way too old. A lot more old than I would like to admit. Now that that's done, I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and use my Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder, and I'm just gonna use it really lightly, mostly in the center of my face. Under my eyes. And I don't want to take away all the shine, even though I'm gonna use a powder highlight. But you know, just lightly to make sure everything stays in place. Then I'm gonna reach for my Essence Make Me Brow Pomade, and yeah, I have a few, but I decided to go for a tinted one today. And I'm just gonna brush my brows upwards. I really like this. I'm not sure I see the fibers that should be in there, but you know, it keeps my brows in place, it brushes them up nicely, gives them a tiniest bit of color. It's quite quick and fuss-free. While that dries, we'll just move on to the under eyes, and now I'm gonna go back to my Charlotte Tilbury palette, and I'm gonna dip a small blending brush. This is the Morphe B16 in the Enhanced shade, and just blend that in the outer half of my eye. Well, on the lower lash line, that is. Like so. To give a bit more definition. For mascara, I chose the NYX Badonkadonk, which the name I love. The mascara itself, not so much, but I'm trying to use it up. I just find that the wand... Oh, I put it on my lower lash line, great. I just find that the wand is a bit too stiff, and sometimes it is uncomfortable and it almost hurts my eye. So I'm just trying to get some use out of it. It's getting old as well, so I'm gonna get rid of it soon. Now, if you get mascara under your lash line or even on your eyelid, wait for it to dry, and then you can quite easily clean it off. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I apply a good 2 coatings. To blush, I'm gonna use the Kryolan Romantic Matte Blush. And originally when I bought this, I thought it's an eyeshadow. Nope. It's not. So I will use it as a blusher. I only used it as an eyeshadow before, until I realized when I was organizing my kit that it's actually a blush. So here we go. It's a nice peachy, pinky kind of color. And I'm going to apply a little bit on the tip of my nose. And I'm going to go back in with my big powder brush to diffuse it. Yeah, as I said, I never used it as a blush. And that's why I went for it today. I thought it's time. And it's really nice. It's super pigmented, so you don't need a lot. To highlight, I went for an oldie but a goodie, and it's the Balm Mary Luminizer. I think this is the oldest highlighter in my collection. This was the first ever highlight I purchased, I'm pretty sure. And it's still beautiful. It just looks lovely to the skin. It's one of those cult classic products that everyone will know. So it just goes on my cheeks, on my cupid's bow, and then also on a smaller brush, which for me is the Sigma E47. It goes on my brow bone and the inner corners of the eye. And then I go back with the brush that I use for my blush and just blend it a bit more to make sure that it's nicely blended. I might add just a tiny bit more blush, just a teensy weensy bit. I just like a blush look, and especially since we have used no bronzer apart from the Charlotte Tilbury contour, I feel like I can take it. Now I'm gonna go in for my brows with the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the shade Naomi, which I'm pretty sure is the darkest one that they do. And it's a really nice eyebrow pencil. I quite like this lately, and this is something that I do reach for, but I just decided to choose this because I love it. I feel like it's a bit thicker than usual, but never mind, we're gonna go with it for today. I'm also just gonna take my concealer brush because I don't have a Q-tip with me to clean up the mascara. First I'm gonna go in with the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, blah 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 lip liner in the shade Bed Rose. It's a super long name. So nice and creamy, and it's so close to my original lip color as well. Just a touch more pink. And on top of that, I will use the Tanya Burr lipstick in the shade Happily Ever After. And I remember buying it after I've seen her using it in her, I think, Selena Gomez tutorial or something like that. And I don't know what happened to her cosmetic line since, or with her really. I feel like not many people of the old British crew are on the scene anymore, or maybe just I grew out of them, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they are not. I will take my finger to blend it in, as I don't want it to be too intense. And that's it. Now I forgot to get a setting spray. I only have 3, so I'm gonna just quickly grab one now. I will use the Tarte Stay Spray, which I have a mini version of, and then spritz it on. I quite like the scent of this. And use this random piece of paper to fan it in. Let me quickly do my hair, and now we'll be here to say goodbye. Alright, a lot of time later I'm back, and the curls I worked so much on are already losing their shape. Yay! This is why I don't usually curl my hair, because they just don't hold in my hair. So if you have any tips on how to keep the curls in your hair longer, please hit me. But yeah, that's basically the finished look. It was not, you know, this was not about creating a look that's super hard. It's more on the sophisticated / natural side, but I just wanted to, you know, make sure that while we're at home, I might as well use all my products, rotate through them. So I think I will do them every so often, at least while we're at home, however long that lasts, or, you know, maybe even after that, just because there are always a few products that I'm project penning that obviously I do focus on, and then there are other ones that I just forget. So I find that this is a good way for me to go through it. Now let me know if you prefer this format where I sit down and you will see the little clips while I'm doing it, or if you would rather have me going through what I choose in the beginning and then apply my makeup. I don't really mind. I just thought this way could be quite nice, so it's a bit of a mixture, but let me know if you prefer it any other way. And I think that's it for now. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. It would mean so much to me. But for now I'm gonna go. I hope you have a lovely day, and bye bye.